everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope that whatever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing weekend. Before we get on with today's chicken and garden update, I just want to thank those of you who took part in the survey this week that we ran that said, hey, do you still want us to do this? And the answer is yes, you do. Generally, most of you want us to do it, and those who don't are like, yeah, just won't watch it. It's all good. So thank you to those of you who were very generous and wonderful about that. We might now be well into, autumn and fall, and the sunflowers are starting to go, but look at these cosmos. They're just still flowering really amazingly. They smell incredible. And this week, I have been doing some particularly important gardening for this part of the year. If you live in the Northern Hemisphere and you live somewhere where it doesn't get super cold in the winter, but it doesn't, stay particularly warm, you might be familiar with the bulb planting season. And it is bulb planting season here. So I went to a local garden centre, Blooming Junction, for those who don't know. It's on the same side of town as I am. And I managed to pick up a sizable quantity of daffodils, narcissus, snowdrops, giant snowdrops. Also some hyacinths and some tulips. And I have put them in, mainly around our front entryway, but also some right by the road, so that they will look pretty in the spring when they come up. The previous ones we put in about 4 or 5 years ago, they have all disappeared for various reasons, mostly I think due to squirrels and gophers. So I put the new ones in and I hope that they will stay. But if you are a local and you live this side of town, you should know that Blooming Junction currently has 25% off all of its bulbs, which means I got a real steal of a deal for less money than I would have spent otherwise. But before we get to the rest of the chickens and gardens, I just want to show you this because this is awesome. So if you don't know, my wife Kate has been working on insulating the garage. You may have seen in previous chicken and garden updates that we actually put a window on the back of our garage and we got planning permission and that was all approved and it's all been done. But previously we had the charging stations inside. These are the 2 juice boxes. You'll see they are currently working. They were previously inside the garage on this wall and we had to snake the cables out from underneath, which unfortunately caused some issues when it came to stink bugs getting in. We've had so many troubles with stink bugs this year, so we moved them outside, which makes them look a little better. We actually put the cables through, didn't really have to move the junction box. I put a new junction box in, which is slightly nicer because it's all metal and properly earthed. But we put these in. They're sharing a single breaker. And if you've been watching the main channel, you'll know that Juicebox or NLX have basically stopped doing all of their support. Last week they came around and said there was a reprieve and we'll keep supporting these for a little bit longer before we stop, and there is an agreement for what amounts to a bankruptcy sale but isn't officially a bankruptcy sale. Someone else is going to take these on, but these haven't been able to connect to their new thing for like more than a year now, so they are effectively currently operating in restricted mode. Each is limited to 15 amps or about 3.5 kilowatts. But I've been involved with the Juice Rescue project and there is some new code that I'm going to be testing hopefully in the next week or so that will allow me to, using Home Assistant, dynamically adjust the current, so this one can be turned up and this one down, or vice versa, depending on the needs of the vehicle that they're plugged into. But look, doesn't it look so much nicer? I mean, it's a little bit cluttered, but it looks really, really good. And it means that we now have 4 charging stations again, 4 level 2 charging stations at the house, one incredibly fast one, this one here, the Ford Charge Station Pro, but then the other ones are not too bad either. The span drive is 11 kilowatts and then the juice boxes share 6 kilowatts between them. Sadly, no eggs in here These are just fake eggs. The chickens are still on strike. They are still molting, as you can see, and 1 or 2 of them are coming up and sleeping in here, which is not very helpful, really, for chickens. That's not a sensible thing for them to be doing. I mean, it really is a sensible thing. The chickens love that because it means they can sleep on the straw rather than being up on the roost. But as you can see, things in the garden are starting to wind down. This tomato bush here is starting to look a little bit sorry for itself, and we do have some tomatoes still on here, so I'll probably be cutting these off in the next couple of days and just rescuing the tomatoes that are still on there. But I'm filming this on a Tuesday. No, I'm not. I'm filming this on a Monday, and just earlier today I had a sandwich for lunch with a couple of fresh tomatoes from the greenhouse. I had a lovely lemon cucumber. If you've never grown lemon cucumbers before, they are really wonderful and tasty. You just have to, you obviously take off the little prickles on the side, and then like one of those is just about right. Maybe this one's a bit big, but one of the smaller ones is just about right for one sandwich, especially if you just want to have a cucumber sandwich. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Jobs are good. Or if you prefer, you could just put some mayonnaise on. But as you can see, I'm going to come through here, and you can see we are still producing a stupidly large amount of tomatoes. So this tomato wasn't even ripe when I came in this morning. So you can see still producing tomatoes in pretty large quantities. There's another one back there. So I will be making some Cornish pasties tonight, probably some vegan Cornish pasties, and I'll be making some tomato chutney or relish to go with it. I have to go, the reason I'm filming this on a Monday is that tomorrow, Tuesday, I have to fly to California for a press event. Unfortunately, I have to fly. There wasn't enough time for me to drive out there. And so I'm making some food for my partner before I go, and for my wife. And the chutney hopefully will be a good way to encourage her to eat the tomatoes, because she's not very good at remembering to eat things. Then over here, I do finally think I have some sprouts. But look, every time my sprouts get good, look what happens. I'm going to have to get some soapy water out and treat this. 2 days ago, these guys were not there, but now looks like I've got some black fly, or definitely that's aphid, some white fly there, and it will start and it will decimate the rest of the plant. So I hate it. I hate it. Someone said to me that you can use soapy water and spray it on the plant and it will help. I've had mixed success with that over the years, but never know. Maybe I'll get it this time. So down here, we have some butternut squashes that are finally starting to grow. I'm not convinced they're going to be sizable before the winter comes, but you know, I'm just going to look down here and see if there are any others, because you never know. I know there's one right here that's actually growing at a sizable whack, and there's another one there. This big boy pumpkin, you might think I'm saving it for Halloween, but we don't really bother with Halloween decorations up here because we're so out in the country. Like, we don't ever get any trick-or-treaters or anything, and there's no kids locally that come up, so I probably won't bother. But these pumpkins are going to be great for a pumpkin pie, and I'm probably going to make one this coming weekend. I'll make a pumpkin pie, so by the time you watch this, there will be pumpkin pie. So yeah, I'm going to try the soapy water to see if that works, and then I'll let you know. Of course, you all want to know how Ashley's doing. How are you doing, Ashley? Yeah? Haven't laid me an egg today, have you? No, you're still molting. You can see all of her feathers. Her under feathers are coming in, and looks like she's pretty much lost all of her flight feathers. her tail feathers definitely are coming in. I had a look at her the other day. She's got tons of pin feathers coming in. So it won't be long before she's fully molted and she's got her fresh new feathers. And I was checking on some of the other birds yesterday and they are doing similarly well, although you can see still a huge number of feathers. Charlie's new feathers are pretty much in now, but the other birds... Charlie, why are you chasing me? He does not like toes. See? He does not like toes. I don't know why Charlie doesn't like toes, but he doesn't like toes. He's never liked toes. So he didn't come to us as a chick. He came to us as an adult. So I don't know if somebody somewhere had or he just thinks they look like things he should eat. I don't know. What are you going to do? Anyway, I've got some more tomatoes to have. Everything at the front is still looking incredible. The basil is still doing great. The mint is kind of giving up. But the other thing I wanted to show you, which I didn't, is my hollyhock. Hollyhocks. Look at that. Hollyhocks are incredible value for money. That hollyhock has been growing now for about 4 months. That's Ghost. He can hear me and he wants to come out and he's angry because I'm outside talking to you rather than playing with him. But yeah, next year, if you're looking for a plant that lasts a really long time, buy hollyhocks. If you are in the Southern Hemisphere, so either in Australia or Aotearoa, New Zealand, if you want to get hollyhocks, put them in now. I think you've got time. They are incredible. But look... Let's finish with those. Don't they look amazing? Don't they smell amazing? And I don't know if you heard that, but a stink bug just buzzed me. So on that note, I'm going to say I'll see you next week and go inside before it starts raining. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got some thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers that you can sign up for from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just over $10 a year. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Alan Brim, Jim, Sarah Horlock, full name, Todd Johnson, Roderick, Stuart Despain, Rupert Ronson, Larry Phoenix, Darla, Wendy Kelly Bundenbaum, and Kay. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll also find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have a good old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at, address also linked below. And of course, if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below. Don't forget that Halloween is coming and we've got some great designs for the season. We've also got some great content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we also think this one is well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving!